Hi there, my name's Tamara and this is my first YouTube video. So I'm starting a channel all about women in business and career development for two main reasons. First of all, I've been working in consulting just shy of a year now, and there's a lot that I know that I wish I'd known before actually getting into it in the first place. I'm hoping I can share my past experiences and lessons learned with others to make their experiences better. On the other hand, I've been extremely lucky in that I've had coaches and mentors who have been with me every step of the way, and I'm hoping that I can share some of the knowledge that they've given to me with others. So the idea here is to have an open conversation, make it really coffee chat style, where I talk about things that you guys care about and that I also care about. And my goal is really to see if I could help make someone's career path a little bit brighter. So with that being said, the first video I'd like to put together for you guys are the top 5 things that I've learned from working in consulting. So the first thing I learned is to set your boundaries early on. So as a junior resource entering a really intense field, there's this whole culture and expectation that you'll be working around the clock and doing anything to get that work out. And although you will be, and this is a reality of these fields, you have to be super upfront with your managers and setting what your non-negotiables are from the start. This will allow them to take you more seriously and also to value your time because you value your own time. So figure out what your non-negotiables are. For me, that's working out every day. I really love to go to hot bar and hot Pilates after work at around 6:30 or 7:30 to my preset classes. So the reality is that I'm willing to work anytime before or anytime after, but I'm very upfront in that I will be away for 90 minutes to 2 hours during the evenings while I take this time for myself. And not only does this give me something to look forward to throughout my day, it also really helps with my mental health. So figure out what those non-negotiables are for you. Maybe it's spending time with your family or making yourself a really nice dinner every night, and just be super straightforward with your managers about those expectations, and you'll be surprised at how understanding people are because they also have their own lives. So the second thing I learned is to be willing to try everything. The reality is that as a junior resource coming straight out of university, you probably don't have a specific field that you've spent a ton of time in and that you've really been able to specialize in. Thus, you were hired for 2 main reasons: because you're really smart and you take initiative. And you should be taking initiative in the area of learning new things. The idea isn't that you have to love everything that you try, but it's just to not knock it before you actually give it a fair chance. For me, that was learning about a new technology that I didn't necessarily think that I'd actually be interested in: Salesforce. I really prefer doing strategic work, but at the end of the day, I really have enjoyed learning about this new solution and understanding how it works because it sets the foundation for a lot of other tech solutions on the market. You'll be able to grow yourself throughout these experiences and then ultimately become a valuable resource within your team within a specific area. So the third thing I learned is to not be afraid to speak up. So I know what it's like to be in a boardroom surrounded by a bunch of people who are probably over 50 and probably male. And to be honest, imposter syndrome is a very real thing in a lot of these fields. However, firms are not looking to add an extra warm body to the room. Firms are looking for people who will actually add value to the team and help bring new light to the project. So don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that you should say something if you don't understand the full story. Your job as a junior resource is to get educated on the field, the project, or the industry that you're working on. And once you feel like you've achieved a pretty good understanding of that, definitely do speak up, whether that's in private with your manager or in public, depending on the setting and whether it's appropriate or not. At the end of the day, firms are not looking for pencil pushers. They're looking for people who are going to bring a new perspective, and especially as someone who's not down in the weeds of the project, you probably definitely have a different perspective of everything that's going on, and you might actually be able to add real value if only you're able to share that with others. So the fourth thing I learned has been to build your professional brand. And I know this seems like a ton of mumbo jumbo, but I cannot stress enough how important this is. Whether it be within your professional circles, in person, or through online platforms such as LinkedIn or blogging, you really want people to recognize you as being interested or skilled in a few specific areas. So this is important for 2 main reasons. So if people are able to flag you in their minds as being really interested and skilled in specific areas, they will consequently call on you when opportunities come up in these areas. Thus, this is beneficial for both parties because you get to work on stuff that you love and they get to work with someone who's actually interested in the work that they're doing, leading to higher quality projects and more motivation. This is also extremely important because if ever you're thinking of an exit strategy or to move on to your next big step within your career, you'll be able to leverage these these interests in order to get it. So the last thing I want to bring up to close off the loop here is to ask for feedback, but the right way. So something that I've learned over the past couple of months is that everyone has their different way of working, and everyone has preferences when it comes to working with others. You need to be able to identify coaches, mentors, and managers in your life who are able to give you honest and open feedback, both positive and negative, on both your ways of working and the work that you produce. Never be afraid to ask for it, and also never take it personally. As a junior resource, these are just areas of improvement and opportunities for you to learn more about the job that you're doing. At the end of the day, you have to remember that you were hired or will be hired for a reason, and that you have to stay true to who you are in your ways of working. So there you have it, the top 5 things that I learned working in consulting. So I wanted to thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope that this is the first of many videos to come. As I mentioned previously, I want this to be an open conversation, so definitely write down in the comments below what type of topics you'd like to hear about, or DM me at Tamara_Belair on Instagram. Thanks for listening, and cheers. Thanks.